students, in today's class we are going to discuss about a solved problem of net asset method in amalgamation of companies. Okay, so first of all we are going to read our question. See, there is a balance sheet given. The balance sheet of A Limited and B Limited as on 31st March 2019 is given as under. So this is the balance sheet of A Limited and B Limited. Then liability side, equity share capital rupees 10 each. See, A Limited have 15,000 rupees share capital and B Limited have 12,500 as their share capital. Second item, general reserve 3,200, profit and loss account 1,800, sundry creditors 3,200 and 1,860. Okay, then B Limited have no general reserve and profit and loss account. Okay, then on asset side there is certain assets, fixed asset and current asset. Okay, goodwill 4,000, 1,000, land and building 6,000, 5,000, debtors 3,500 and 4,000, stock 6,000, 1,200, bank 3,700, 960. Then final item, profit and loss account. Then for B Limited 2,200. Balance sheet total of A Limited 23,200 and for B Limited 14,360. Okay. Then other information is given here. That is, a new company AB Limited was formed to take over the business of A Limited and B Limited on the following conditions. Here a new company is formed and the new company's name was AB Limited. Okay. Then this AB Limited was going to take over the assets and liabilities of both A Limited and B Limited. So in our question, the A Limited and B Limited, they are the selling company. And who is the purchasing company? Here AB Limited is the purchasing company. Then what are the conditions? First one, A Limited. Land and building revalued at rupees 7,500. Stock rupees 7,700. Debtors to be taken over at 80%. See, in this question, we are given with the book values of assets. Here, A Limited, land and building and stock, then debtors. These three items are revalued. So, we know that in net asset method, we should consider the agreed values, not the book values. If there is no agreed values given in your question, we can take the book values. Otherwise, we should take the agreed values. Here, land and building is revalued at rupees 7,500. In your question, land and building is rupees 6,000. A Limited land and building rupees 6,000, but its revalued figure is rupees 7,500. Then stock rupees 7,700. See, actual value of a stock is 6,000. Now it is revalued. That figure is 7,700. Then debtors are to be taken over at 80%. Okay. Total debtors, see, 3,500. Then out of this total debtors, only 80% are taken over. Clear. Then next, B Limited. Stock revalued at rupees 1,300 and debtors taken over at 90%. Stock revalued figure will be given here. That is 1,300. Stock for B Limited, actually it is 1,200, but the revalued figure is rupees 1,300. Then debtors taken over at 90%. Total debtors for B Limited 4,000 and out of this 90% are taken over by the purchasing company. Okay. So our question is calculate purchase consideration. Okay. By using this information, we can calculate our purchase consideration only under net asset method. Clear? Because there is no information relating to issue of shares. If there is any kind of information relating to issue of shares, then we can find our purchase consideration by using net payment method. Here we can follow only net asset method. Then under net asset method, PC equal to net assets. Then what is net asset? Net asset equal to assets taken over minus liabilities taken over. Okay, assets taken over minus liabilities taken over. Here there are two companies, A Limited and B Limited. So first of all, you should write the heading calculation of purchase consideration. We are going to calculate the purchase consideration. The purchase consideration paid by AB Limited to A Limited and B Limited. Okay. Then first one, assets taken over. Assets taken over. See, there are various kinds of assets: goodwill, land and building, debtors, stock, bank, etc. Then the main point here we should note that we should take the agreed values, not the book values. So our first item is goodwill. Okay, goodwill. Goodwill for A Limited 4,000. Then for B Limited it is 1,000. Okay. Then next item, land and building. Land and building, say in our question, in our adjustment, that is land and building revalued at rupees 7,500. So you should record 7,500 instead of 6,000. Okay. Then next for B Limited, land and building 5,000, but there is no agreed value given in your adjustment. So we can take the 5,000 itself. Next asset, debtors. See, debtors 3,500 for A Limited and 4,000 for B Limited. But in case of A Limited, only 80% are taken over. Okay. Then for B Limited, 90% are taken over. So, debtors for A Limited, 3,500, we take only 80%. 3,500 into 80 by 100, that is 2,800. Clear? For A Limited it is 2,800, and for B Limited 4,000 into 90 by 100, that is 3,600. So for B Limited only 90% debtors are taken over by the AB Limited. Then A Limited 80% are taken over by AB Limited. Clear? Then our next item, next asset, that is stock. Stock 6,000 for A Limited and 1,200 for B Limited. See, stock is revalued. Revalued figure is given in your adjustment. That is for A Limited 7,700 is the value of stock. 7,700. And for B Limited, stock revalued at rupees 1,300. Clear? So we should take only the agreed values under net asset method. Then next asset, bank. It is a current asset. Stock, debtors, bank, they are current asset. Okay, bank 3,700. So we can directly take this item 3,700, and for B Limited it is 960. See, in asset side there is an item profit and loss account. For B Limited it is 2,200. We know that profit and loss account, if profit and loss account is shown on the asset side of the balance sheet, it means it is a loss and it is a fictitious asset. Okay. So in net asset method we never takes fictitious assets. So this item is ignored here. Then total assets. Calculate the total assets. So the assets taken over, total, A Limited total 25,700 and for B Limited 11,860. Clear? So next item is liabilities taken over. Total assets is given 25,700 and 11,860. Okay, then liabilities taken over. What are the liabilities taken over by your AB Limited? See, there is only one liability, that is sundry creditors. For A Limited it is 3,200 and for B Limited it is 1,860. Clear? There is no information relating to the sundry creditors in your adjustment. So we can directly take this item. Here sundry creditors for A Limited 3,200 and for B Limited 1,860. Then difference between assets taken over and liabilities taken over, that is net assets. Net asset is PC. Clear? In net asset method, PC equal to net asset. So here our net asset is 22,500 for A Limited and 10,000 for B. Then liabilities taken over includes only sundry creditors. But there are three other items. See, equity share capital, general reserve, profit and loss account. We know that these three items are internal liabilities. So in net asset method, we never take internal liabilities and this fictitious asset. These are internal liabilities. We take only the external liability for calculating PC.